What's good everyone, welcome back to another video on the YouTube channel, and this video is going to be a follow-up from last week's video. If you did not watch the video already, there will be a link to that in the description down below, but it was about a 150k challenge that I passed. So as you can tell from the title of this video, I got an $8,000 payout. So a rough overview from last week's video, it was I bought the account on the 22nd of May, and I passed the challenge on the 23rd of May, and I received my live account credentials on the 24th of May. So on the 24th, this is what we're going to focus on, and I'm going to go over my trades that I took, and I'm going to show you guys a screenshot of the account in profit on the screen right now. And obviously when I receive the payout, I'll update you guys on the community tab, because the time of recording this video is the 26th of May, and my payout should land around 2 weeks from now, 1.5 weeks. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. However, this video is going to be an educational video like all my videos, where the most important thing is for me to teach you guys how I took the trades and the logic behind my trades, because there's a lot of people out there that can tell you that they made X amount of money, but they can't explain to you how they made it. They can't explain what they were looking at, why price was meant to do what it was doing, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. So a quick thank you before we get into the video. I do believe we've hit 10,000 subscribers, so it does mean a lot to me, and you guys supporting me and finding value in what I am sharing. So because of this, I will look to do a giveaway, and whatever kind of giveaway you guys want, just leave a comment down below and I'll look to run a giveaway for you and give back to you for supporting me. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, if we look at DXY on the 4-hour chart, this was the gap that I taught about in last week's video and how we can utilize these gaps. So this video is going to be slightly different, but if you guys have not already watched that video, I will recommend you do so because I teach about this gap. So as we had bullish order flow, price opened up, we filled in the void, and we continued to trade higher. And we kept trading higher until we reached Friday. So we reached Friday and we sold off. So when I am trading indices, I'm mainly focusing on the DXY. Whatever the DXY is doing, that's what the indices market is 9 times out of 10 is going to do. And the time it doesn't do this, that is the time you don't trade, because it is a high resistance market. So that right there, I've told you guys when the markets are likely to be high resistance. That's when the dollar index is trading upwards and the indices market is trading upwards with it. And another example is when dollar is trading lower and indices are trading lower. As most of you know, if indices go higher, that means that DXY should go lower. And if indices go lower, that means DXY should go higher. So if these are trading in the same direction, that means that the market is high resistance. So to pass the account, I traded the move to the upside, and to get the account in profit, I traded the move to the downside. So just by looking at this, what made me take sells on DXY? So if DXY is selling off, that will mean that the indices market does go higher. So what made me think that the indices market was going to go higher? This is because we had a TGIF. So thank God it's Friday setup. That's when DXY trades back into its range. So from this low on Monday to this high, you can see DXY trades back into 0.3 and 0.2. So it rebalances the range because we've had upside movement only, and to rebalance that we need to give sell side movement. So price offers sell side, and that's to the downside, and that's what results in the indices market going higher. And I'm going to go over the NasDaq market in a second, but we need to understand this. So this day was very easy for me because it was TGIF, so you can look at foreign currencies to buy, and you can look at indices market to buy because the dollar index is selling off. That means it's rebalancing its range on a Friday. As it's rebalancing its range, the foreign exchange markets will go higher, so will the indices. So we're going to look at a few more examples of a TGIF setup before we get into the trade. I only like to look at the TGIF setup. It's only when Monday creates the low or it creates the high. So if Monday creates the low, for example right here, and we kept trading higher, on Thursday we had a strong push to the upside. On Friday I'm looking for DXY to trade back into its range, which we do right here, and the same goes when we are bearish and Monday makes the high of the week. So let's look at this example on the foreign exchange market. Okay, here I have an example of Euro USD where we come into this fair value gap. So what day was the high of the week here? It was Monday, so the 20th of May. This is where we create the high of the week, and price pushed lower. As we pushed lower, Thursday, this is where the weekly range is being capped, and then Friday trades back into the range. So let's look at this fractal on the hourly chart. So if we're looking at this fractal on the hourly chart, you can see that Monday created the high of the week, which is this green dot right here. So we will draw out from the high to the low, and we will see where the TGIF projections are. So price trades into the 0.2 and the 0.3. So as Euro USD made high of the week on a Monday and Thursday pushed lower and it was only downside movement, this is where we created the low and this is where we create the high. And to rebalance the range and cap the weekly range, Friday trades back into it, the 0.2 and 0.3. So this is the minimum where price can trade into. Anything above this is just a bonus. So that's where price goes into, and it was a quite aggressive upside move. This is usually what it's like. You want to be either market buying or market selling. So here, as soon as we trade above these up close candles, this is where you can look to buy, or when this candle pushes lower, you can buy right here. And your stop loss can go below this low, or if you want to stick to a strict risk to reward, you can aim for a 1 to 2, which was offered as well. But this is how I like to look for TGIF setups, where Monday either creates the high or low of the week. So in this case, Monday created the high and we kept pushing lower. Thursday we started to bottom away, and then Friday we trade back into the range. So this is an extra confluence when we look at the DXY, where it made the low of the week instead of the high, and we just had upside movement. Okay, so this was a short section about TGIF and what I like to look for. If you guys do want a video on this topic, make sure to leave a comment down below so I know that this is something that you are interested in. But let's go over my trade on NasDaq, which helped me get to the $8,000 payout. Okay, so this is the NasDaq daily chart. If we look at these highs, this high right here and this high right here, these were relatively equal highs, and this is what we ran out. And this was all-time highs. So when price is trading at all-time highs, the best thing to do is whenever we trade lower, like we did here, look for buying opportunities. So if we look right here, this was the weekly range that we were trading. So this is what I traded on Thursday, where I was looking for sells, and that's where DXY pushed up aggressively. And Friday, this is where I was looking for longs when DXY pushed down aggressively. But this weekly range is not clear. This is why I was looking at the DXY instead, because you can see Thursday took out Wednesday's high and we took out Monday's low. So when we do this, there's no clear weekly range of what is going to happen, or one clear weekly profile. So when we have this, it's best to look at DXY and what it's doing. And as we had a TGIF setup on the DXY, I was looking to long on NQ. And let's look at this on the hourly chart. Okay, so when we're looking at this on the hourly chart, you guys can see we take out these equal lows and we've taken out the sell side liquidity. And we have this large imbalance that's been left. And this is around 50%, and that's where I was looking to take profit. So what made me look for longs to the upside? This is because we had an SMT with YM. So let's look at the chart on YM. And you can see on Friday, as NasDaq pushed higher, YM was still creating new lows. So it took out the sell side liquidity for NQ. As YM did this, I was looking for higher prices on NQ. And as you can see right here, this was a small little SMT that ES made with NQ. Once we made this SMT, I was looking for higher prices again into this gap. So there was a lot of confluences coming together in this trade. And I was looking to buy NQ around 10 AM because we had 10 AM news. So I didn't want to buy before then until the liquidity was injected into the markets and traders were caught offside. So let's go into more detail on NQ. So if we look at the 15-minute chart, this was the large SMT that was created with YM. So YM was trading to the downside. It was trading below this low, and NQ was failing to do so. So it was showing that it was the stronger asset and it wanted to go higher. And I was waiting for after 10 AM to enter inside of the market because that's when we had the news event. So if we look on the 1-minute chart now, okay, on the 1-minute chart, this is where price is just trading before the 9:30 open. And the 9:30 open wasn't that significant to me because we had news later on. So if 9:30 does trade lower, which we do, so this was the manipulation. So if 9:30 creates the manipulation, 10 AM should be the distribution, which is what happens here, where we create the SMT at 9:30 as well, which was around here. And I will post a screenshot of the asset which created the SMT on the screen right now. As we create this SMT, I was looking for something like this to happen. I would trade higher, I'm going to buy this, and I'm going to look for a continuation to the upside. So this is where we actually create the SMT, and that was at 9:54. So as we started to trade higher and this fair value gap was getting respected, I was looking to buy the next leg. So this fair value gap that was made, I was buying this and I was going to target the buy side liquidity above us. And this is where my long position was, and my stop loss was below this low, and I was looking to target the highs. So then I just wait for us to get tagged in, which we do right here, and price starts to move higher. So I will post a screenshot of my trades on the screen right now. And then I was just waiting for Nas to start pushing higher, which we do right here. And we trade into this gap, and then we have another expansion higher. So we trade into my take profit. I took profit a bit early because Nas did keep on pushing higher, but it's what it is. I'm always going to miss moves, and moves are going to happen without me, but what I can capitalize on, I will, and that's what I did right here. And this was the trade that got me the $8,000 payout and the logic behind my trade. So I hope you guys found this video useful. If you want to see any more videos like this, make sure to leave a comment down below, and as always, thanks for watching.